So it's it's been a little while, hasn't it? I took a little bit of a break there, but it doesn't matter now because I'm back. Uh Thanks for being patient. Anyways, on to the main point of the video. As you probably know, Pokemon has types, 18 to be exact. Yet despite there being over 1,000 Pokemon, there are still 9 type combinations that have never been used on any Pokemon. So today, I'm going to take 2 of these type combos and make some Pokemon with them. Yeah, that's about it. Let's get right into it. So, the first type I decided to tackle was Fire Fairy, which in my opinion was probably the most interesting one that was left. I thought instead of doing something generic, like, I don't know, a fairy with the power of fire, I decided to do sort of a lantern fairy type of aesthetic with a big fire in the middle, and it sort of guides people. At least that's the idea. You'll see me try this one design first with sort of big swooping arms, which looked quite fun and would probably work as a Pokemon on its own, but it wasn't really fitting the fairy aesthetic, so you'll see me get rid of that one and start on a new idea. One of the random things I struggled with was trying to make the fairy not just look like some generic pixie sort of thing. That was something I struggled with, but eventually I got to a design that I thought was original enough, so I just kept going with it. You'll see me make some random cuts here, and that's because I'm just kind of getting rid of some of the boring parts. There are areas I'll spend like way too long just trying to make one thing look good. Life of an artist. So, kind of got rid of a lot of that boring stuff. That's about it for the sketch. Not much to talk about. Fairy holding a lantern. Pretty simple design idea. So let's talk about colors. As usual, you won't actually see me doing that part because it would make this section of the video really long. But colors were definitely interesting to try and figure out. I ended up making the fairy itself sort of a pink and blue, which looked quite nice and is what I settled on. But the fire, I kind of struggled with finding a color that actually sort of made the whole design come together. I tried sort of a green, I obviously tried orange and red, tried a lot of colors, but none of them really seemed to work with the whole design. So I settled on sort of a light purpley sort of color, which turned out quite nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Here is Lumifay, the Fire Fairy type, and I think it turned out pretty cool. Also, since this Pokemon is supposed to glow and all, I gave it its own little background, which really helps sell the design. Anyways, that's all I have to say for this one. Let's just go straight into the next one. So the second type I ended up doing was Dragonbug, which, surprising to no one, I decided to do a dragonfly. But I decided to take the idea a little bit more literally. Rather than doing just a dragonfly, I did, well, a dragonfly dragon, if that makes any sense. This one is a lot of fun to make because I didn't really have a set idea in my head of what I wanted it to look like, so I just kind of went with the flow, and it was really fun. One of my favorite design elements of this guy is the big, dragony, lizardy back legs with the insect-like front legs. Those I quite liked, and he has 6 legs, like a bug. Little side note that some of the elements in the sketch don't make it into the final design. I do change a few things after the sketch. Like this tail design here doesn't stick around for long. Just a little thing I wanted to mention. Speaking of the final design, I think it ended up really cool. I did sort of a segmented design with like gradients across the segments, which I think turned out really cool. Yeah, just kind of a cool design in general. And yeah, that's about it. Enjoy the rest of the sketch. Galarior, the Dragonbug type. Honestly, I can't tell whether I like this one or Lumafay more. They both ended up looking really cool. Anyways, that's about it. I only did 2 designs, but if you want to see me do more of the unused type combos, then comment down below. Yeah, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.